Hey, hi everyone. Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to the day 6. Oh, let's wait. Okay. Okay, so let's start with our series. And I am at day 6. As usual, just filter out for medium level questions and then sort based on the question ID. That will be helpful to track like which all question has been covered, which are not. Okay, I will start. Okay, so yes, last time, like in the previous video, I have covered the sales with valid promotions where I was kind of trying to read the another table at the select, which I felt is quite okay solution, but I could have worked with the exist. I didn't use the exist. I could have used the exist. And okay. And this was another question where I was stuck because I couldn't get that max logic. So I could have worked on the max logic and then worked on this question rather than scanning two tables. Let's start today with the next question. Q. Active users per platform. I guess I have covered this question already. Let me quickly check if I did. For each platform, calculate the number of users, count the number of distinct users per platform, regardless of whether they use the other platform. Output the name of platform with the corresponding number of users. Let's preview the table. I'll paste the title in the chat, in the description, and if you want, I'll ping the. Hey, that's good to know, Shivam. This is a really very good website, I must say. And then if you are practicing, yeah, I feel like this is pretty good. Just keep like which for which language, which role, which level of experience you are looking for. I've solved nearly. That's great. That's great already. And like, did you solve like easy level questions or is it and like, you have which language you are targeting? Just curious. Easy and medium. Nice. That's great. That's good. If you want to stick around and like just review like the solutions you had uh, like used or like the ways you have used is same, not same. You can stick around. Oh, you are fresher. That's good. That's good. Okay, how to pop it? Okay. Yeah, like what helped to land a good job? What I'll say, like, can you tell me, like, you need to give me more detail, like, how long you are preparing, what's your background, and when you have started, what's your aim, like, for which role? All these details, if you can give, I think that will be helpful. Then being, let's look at the question. Active user per platform for each platform. Calculate the number of users. Calculate the number of users. Okay. Count the number of distinct users per platform. So we need to check the number of users per platform. I see there is a user ID. Is there another table as well? No, there's only one table. And then is this table. I won't say like I can help you, but what I'll say is I can help you redirect to the ways you should do it. Okay, so count the number of distinct user per platform. Just simply group by the users per platform and get a distinct count. We didn't don't need calculate the number of users, count the number of distinct users per platform. Distinct user per platform. What we have is the user ID. For Android there is one, iPad there is one, phone there is Windows there is one. Regardless of whether they used other platform, output the name of the platform and the corresponding number of users. I think that's pretty straightforward question for calculate the number of users, count the number of distinct users per platform, regardless of. Yeah, I feel this is the simple group by. This is asked in Meta and Google. Calculate the number of. I think this is pretty easy level question. Last updated Jan 2026. Okay, yeah, you want to go into data analytics job, and then which skills you have learned? Did you know Python? Did you know SQL, Excel, Shivam? Okay, let's still validate this from GPT and like get alternative solutions as well as see if the logic is fine. Hmm, what else? Okay, I was giving a prompt yesterday. I'm just looking for that prompt. Let me see if it looks fine. Actors and senior deadlines and review the code. The more optimized alternative solution, check the correct answer. Yeah, you need and like based on the keep the optimized and performance based solution for large data. Okay, well done. This is fine. Like the memory cost as well. Memory usage. Okay, this is the. I'll just save it with myself. Someone wants it. I can ping it in the chat. Oops, my bad. Today it seems something wrong with my system. I have a good hands-on. If you know all these skills, then I don't think so. You need my help. You just keep on applying, keep on attending the interviews, uh, and like practice a lot of questions on these platforms. This is one another thing. Definitely practice a lot because the question, the way these questions are being asked is more of a real world problems rather than you can say uh, like journal things like any function, any journal things nowadays is what I felt like data analytics mostly questions are scenario based, problem based, real world problem based. Just if you have really good hands-on experience, I guess you will land sooner than me in a good job. All the best to you. Okay, let's review the question. Another thing, Shivam, like if I'm not sure if you are doing it or not, you can just always validate your answers in GPT and get more logics, but don't get confused or like don't get overwhelmed with uh, all these questions, like all these multiple solutions. Question multi-level city and all. Multi-level cities are pretty easy. Just consider CTE as a customized table you are building to help yourself in the solution. Maybe if it comes in any question, I'll try to explain in some other question. So like this, the solution is correct, like one row per platform, count distinct users is fine. Let's see any other optimized solution. Uh, Memory aware, I just used one specific column rather than using all of the select star. Why it's expensive? Because deduplication per row. Let's hope it doesn't. Best like solution I have provided is pretty fine. There's nothing modification, single table scan. Okay. Indexes I didn't cover. Then these are like all additional things materialized view. I don't know why even it's required. Important in analytical systems. This trades storage for compute, which is a good deal at scale. Okay. Two-step aggregation. I don't think so. This much is required. It was a straight group by, but then again, if someone use memory spikes, it's just basically reducing the table and like trying to avoid to s- like look for all the columns and rather reduplicates early. Smaller intermediate results, often more stable memory user then. Okay. I think the solution is pretty fine. I can move to the next question rather than spending so much here. But like let's see the summary. The simple group by with count is correct, but for large I would consider pre-deduplicating, adding composite indexes or using appropriate distinct count to reduce memory and then improve performance. Basically, we can deduplicate. Such cases are also fine. Interview level answer. If you remember such things and if you feel conceptually fine that yes, you should deduplicate it first, then do a group by. I would say that is a very good answer for an interview level. Um, But if you feel like this is more of a crammed one and you don't understand the logic behind it, you don't understand the reason behind it, don't go for a complicated answer. Rather, make your answer simple for any interview. I sometimes face that I get stuck with the questions. Still, I'll copy this. Let's move to the next question then. How much I'll rate? I'll definitely rate 10 out of 10. Oh, sorry, 5 out of 5. And yeah, mm, how much I'll score? Do this one. And I'll score 5 out of 5 for this. And yes, a bit of celebration for it. Because like yes, day before that I won't get a 5 out of 5, which is this is a pretty straight answer, but I don't care. I solved it, I solved it. Okay, now pending claims. Let's see what is pending claims, where it's being asked. Pending claims CVS health. Something related to health domain. Okay, based on the question title. Pending claims, okay. Count how many claims submitted in. Let me update title as well. If someone, I just update this title so that if someone is who's following along is at the same question, and I completed one question. Okay, 9610. I can have a look at it, but I am not sure if I want to give it a try now. Let's search still. Oh, I have just filtered for easy level. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not able to see. Still, no, by default, and then hard. If it's part of. Okay, do you have a title for this question? Okay, it cleared. I don't see this ID. Can you give me the title of this question? 9610 is not there. Mm, Find students at median rating. Okay, median is it a sort of math problem? Let me try this way. Maybe search for a medium level difficulty, and then if I see this, uh, find student at median rating. If this was nines, I wonder it's a high. Uh, okay. 960, right? 96 language. My okay, my SQL is fine. 9610. 9610. 9610. Okay, here it is. When student at median writing. Identify the IDs of student who scored exactly at the median of the stat rating section. I don't remember the median formula, so I'll just quickly check what is the median formula. Median is like n divided by 2 plus n plus 1 divided by 2 and then get their average, something like that, right? Median. I'll take a help here so just so that quickly I can solve this question for SQL. Okay, I'll get the median. Or better I'll just check any. Okay, there is partition by over here. There is a direct function, math function. Let's see. Let's see if it's a math function. How to use house equal to find the median. I don't want to see the form solution. Yeah, so okay, it's n uh n n divided by 2 plus n plus 1, like if it's odd even, something like that. Calculate median. Okay, it will give answer. Okay, everywhere it's a solution. This in partition by we can do it. Identify the IDs of students who scored exactly at the median of stat writing section. So since like there is a way like using the partition, I'll give it a try with partition first, then go. Here's an example in IN and MariaDB. MariaDB is not the one. So there is a form. Lack of in built-in function sorting. Not sure that partition by will work here. Built-in, it doesn't provide. Oh, it doesn't have a built-in median function. Yeah, so there is like I think we need to check for the case when statements. Count the like records to follow this flow. What all columns are required? Identify the IDs. Only we need to identify the IDs. There is no yeah, there is no direct formula. Okay. Okay. Um, what I was checking. IDs only I need to find for the meeting. Mostly have this percentile count within group. This is not what we are looking for. Yeah. So there was this flow, right? Uh, like if count is odd, then pick the middle, which is like the total count divided by divided by 2, 3, 4, and get the first 7 divided. Take the middle one plus 1 n divided by 2 plus 1. That will be the middle one. And if it's not, take the average of two middle, which is like if it's still 13, then it will be average of 7 and 9. This more of a case when one row will require a case when. Let's try it out then. Let's see what I get. Two cities. Two cities. Could be two cities. One for the scores. Let me first get uh the median for it. This one count. So we have what teacher ID, student ID, like student IDs. Is modulo in here? Is there a mod? At least there is a mod. This is MySQL. No. Let me select MySQL. Thing. Case when the mod of count star not to equal to Yeah, case when mod count is then then we need the index at. But then there will be one more thing that we need to sort. I don't. Does it require sorting? Yeah, it will require sorting. Need to sort as well, which is ordered by partition, sum, average, max, average. Yeah, we need to do the average. Wait, what scores is there? And set vowels it writing. So average score. Oh, it's for writing section only. This writing section, math, verbal writing. Okay, this writing section. We'll take a that is the timer as well. Identify the IDs of student. Median for the writing. IDs of students. Where partition by not that as well. Think this is- and then we need the partition by to sort it. Order by There is a way to do n plus, if it's not equal to, and if it's equal to, it's good problem, but just knowing how to do it helps us. Yeah, this is indeed good problem. Yes, when to get median on this one. Let's do directly. Else, and there's image test. There's one problem I have solved in Python. Thing similar. First, I'll read this one. Else, I'll check if it's working or not. 135, which is odd. It is not equal to, it's giving us 1. If not, it is giving us 0. Okay, so this part is working. Oh, I need to check for the index. Scratch the index. Okay, it will fetch the index position. POSSC function, I guess. Yeah, I'm trying to look for the way to get the index. Like the user at that index. So not index is not required. The index of, like, we don't need to create the index. Definitely. Mm, Select top 50%. It's not count over. Makes sense. Like if
music だけが僕を抱いて Solitude in stereo Feel the vibe 孤独の中でも Still alive 音が僕を支えてく
Okay, and the one thing is when case and what could be the if also we can use if I use if like if um case when if row number is equal to that specific value. Hmm, tough question. And row number even dot row number I K we figure out Procedures. Definitely not procedures. We'll just nested. Okay. Notes. Let me go. Not equal to. Complicated. Point. Close. It correct way and okay, floor is there and then row number is this. Okay. Else I'll just try to remove this one. Maybe this is not working. Still an error. Else floor count. Floor count. There an error here. You have an error in text. Alt ID. Okay, I didn't close it. See, now it's there. Invalid use of group function. Invalid use. How it can be invalid use group function. Group function. Say again. Then ROI. This film needs ROI of this and French movies. Okay. Calculating aggregation. We can change it. It's all. If that's the case, then I feel this is how it should be. Okay, it took so much time. I'll just leave this question here. Attempt. Just close other tabs. Be right back. Okay, so let's start with the easy level questions again. I was at question number, let me see. Okay. Okay, so I was at question number pending claims, and I was trying to give a shot to the medium level question, and I felt I'm stuck. Sooner I start with it, better it is. I need to quickly complete these medium level questions. Okay, I'll just copy the requirements first. Count how many claims submitted in December 20 are still pending. A claim is a pending when it's neither as an acceptance nor rejection date. Okay, quickly let me add one. Okay, the year we have is 2021 and then December. So I'll take a range here quickly. But then date submitted, date accepted. And the claim submitted. So claim submitted. Dated 12/01 and I need how many claims submitted in this are still pending. So it's a pending when neither an acceptance nor a rejection. Okay, so which means both are null. Simple it is null, and next one is also is null. And these are all the, and we need to count how many claims. So the claim count, I need check the IDs. Count how many claims. Count IDs, claim IDs. You need to count the claim IDs. Claim IDs. 5 are there. Let me quickly verify the solution. How confident I am with it? 5 out of 5. Okay, let's check the solution. Correctness review. Is it correct? Fully correct? Yeah, because I was pretty sure it's correct. There are like few things which is being asked, and then I follow the same best production. Okay, and is there any alternative? Is pending true? There is no is pending true. Is pending is there? There's no is pending. So if they would have, I would have definitely used it. Some the count. It's like I feel it's unnecessary, not even required. And partition by is also not required for this. So I'll rate 5 out of 5. Definitely. Again, next 5 out of 5. So this is the second 5 out of 5. Um, camera bit. Okay. Let's move to the next question. Yeah, I should celebrate definitely. A 10. A 5 out of 5. Moving to next question. Let's see. Let's see. Let me copy duplicate this. So let me update the title. Latest login date. So the question is asked in Google and Amazon. And the question I have completed are two questions. For each, let me start the timer. For each video game player, find the latest date when they logged in. Find the latest date. Fi- Find the latest date when they logged in. It's more of a partition by and get the max. Okay. For each player ID, for player ID, get the max date, login date, partition by player IDs over partition by, and I think we don't need the max this way to do the order by or something. This thing, and order by player IDs. Okay, these are the distinct user IDs and getting the max login date out of all the partition. Was it? I feel that is also a score 5 out of 5. Maybe there could be alternative solution. Could be more easier, but I feel this is also pretty straightforward and easier if someone knows Windows function. I didn't copy. We quickly copy and verify it. If we check based on the large data set, there could be chances that partition by is happening on each of the rows. So better we could have used a correlated query, but then there will be scan twice. And let's see if the alternative solution and is correctness review. Is it correct? Yes, logically correct. Okay, max login. This will pass the test cases, but there is a design smell. Okay, a Windows function plus this thing to solve simple aggregation. It is a aggregation problem. Group by and having max date. Group by player IDs. Get the max. Oh, we could have done it this way. Okay. I'll just try to rewrite it and then get the max login date. Removing the partition by, do the group by player ID. I'm getting something. Okay. Let me figure. Max the I have used. Okay, thickness. Okay, okay, so I how much I'll rate myself? How much I'll rate myself? I'll rate till 5 because I felt it's fine. Okay, move to the next question. Salary by education. Okay, I see. Question salary by education. Question cover R3. Okay. Given the education levels and salaries of a group of individual, find what is the average salary for each level of education. Each level of education. Given the education levels and salaries of groups of, find the average salary of for each of groups. Mm, okay, I'll just use the department. Department. Average of salary. I didn't cover the salary. Okay, we necessarily don't have to use the order by, but I'll use the order by. Okay, so the questions are covered. And okay, I'll verify this question. Find what is the average salary for each level of education. Is it each level of education? Each level of education. Oh, instead of departments, it's level of education. Okay, so it will be department and education. By clock and be used in aggregate function. Okay, well, salaries in education. For each level of education, that's what it meant. Let's see quickly. Wrong grouping. Okay, logically incorrect. Should be education level. Education level. It just train classes. Okay. Because it's like too much of screen nowadays. Correct should be department and education. Okay, still it's logically correct. Average, uh, average salary per education. By the question, it is average salary per education level. What does education level means? Per education level, could be. What does it? Okay, there is no. Okay, let me. So this for this question, I'll rate again myself. Um, Not 5 out of 5. Definitely, I missed the education level, so it will be 3 because I completely missed the whole logic. So I'll rate myself 3 out of 5. And yeah, this is the third question which I have solved for the day. And okay, now moving to the next question, which will be the question number fourth. Last login. Okay, I didn't update it. Need to update this part. Okay, let me. Else is there. Yeah, question number now it will be next will be question number 4. So I'll update it later. I'll quickly complete this series. I'm getting distracted a lot today. Salary by education. Okay, which is done. Primary key violation, which will be so like if you are aware, primary key shouldn't have nulls, shouldn't be duplicated, and represent the table uniquely. Let's see what constraints or what it's mentioning. You can add ID tag as well. ID is 2107. Someone really wants to follow. Write a query to return all customers. Yeah, all write a query to return all customers who are violating primary key constraints in the customer dimension. That is those customers who are present more than once. For example, okay, and which means like we need to check for the customer dimension tables. We need to check for thrice, then the query should return two columns. Value in the first should be while the value in 3. Okay. Well, found. Okay, and what we need is if it's duplicated, so I can do having greater than 1. Then I think pretty simple. So we just need to display the column and then the count of duplicated rows or duplicated entries. Let's get it validated. I mean, I feels like these questions are a bit easy rather than comparatively like others. We need a leave tomorrow. Okay, given a query, then this is count. Why is it correct plus logically correct? Optimized version. What could be the optimized version? Yeah, like just get one. That it will say again and again. Another is like okay, window function approach. Yeah, I didn't want to use the window function. Exist was one. Yeah, I was trying to think of exist. Distinct error. Then how exist? Oh, okay. We need to check if no ID. Hmm. Nice. This is the solution I was looking for. I'll copy it and paste it in the chat. Sorry, in the description. So pretty nice. Go to remainder. Okay, so which means like I have covered already 4 questions for the day. What does networking mean? Like what networking? Is it about telecom networking? Okay, moving to the next question. Okay, so I have covered the primary keyword. Now products with no sales. And the ID is 09. Okay, now let's see the question. Write a query. So this will be the last question of the day. I have to wrap up. I already been working on that medium level question and it took so much time and I still couldn't figure it out. But definitely I'll cover it sooner. Write a query to get a list of products mm, that have not had any sales. What would the ID and the market name in these products? Write a query to get list of products that have not had any sales. So like no sales. Let's review the customers. Okay. I don't want to do the join. Let's see. I write a query to get a list of products. Customer IDs, then order ID. I see product SQID. Uh, so do we have, okay, there is a product table. Do we need a product table? Okay, I'll quickly join so that I can get the list of products with the user uh, inner join, and then on product SKUID, I'll give it a name sales product sales dot and me see what all details we are getting from here. Product, I didn't set the timer. Let me start the timer. Uh, product brand, and then I need everything. Okay, which all the products that doesn't had any sales. Customer ID, product brand, is the sales ID. So by default, the I should take a full auto join or maybe a right join. Right join. Let me, and then I need all the IDs which is null for product. Oh, I need the sales ID to be null. Okay, so these are the products. Now I just need a list of it. So I'll take a distinct list. And this should come from products table. So these are the products. I'll say get a list of products that have not had any sales. The products which doesn't have any sales, and output the IDs and market name. Oh, I need to display the market name. That's why I just always take this requirement here. This time I didn't. ID and market name of these products. ID and then market name. Let me first keep it star. IDs. We need market name, and then we need the ID, output ID. So when they say ID, I'll consider it as a product SKU ID. This SKU, which company is it? Salesforce. So, okay, I forgot a comma there. Six. Okay, I need a must be ambiguous. Okay, So these are the product IDs and which doesn't had any sales. Okay, let's review once again. Write a query to get the list of products that have had not any sale. Output the ID and the market name of these products. Okay, this is the market name and this is the ID. Let's verify it. Okay, which bring us to the last question of the day already. Okay, let's compare correctness of the review submitted question. Logical correctness. Okay, what is the right join is harder to read and I mean it's not harder or anything. It's just straightforward. Yeah, I could have switched it, that's all. I think this is pretty much 5 on 5. And then yeah, I can also have used the exist. I need to use this exist more rather than joins so that I can adapt it. So I could have used the exist more. Is there something for large or not exist is preferred? Okay, which makes sense. Rather than a join, it's better to use a. Okay, okay, then I have to. Okay, this is all for the day, and so I have technically completed the 5 questions of the day, which are like pretty easy. Today it was like, if level of difficulty, I will rate it 1 out of 10. No, not even one. 2 out of 10 for level of difficulty. It wasn't even difficult. Yeah, there was this question for medium level, which was pretty difficult. I felt Maria, I need to work on more medium level questions as well. Okay, I think that's all for the day. I will paste the summary in the description so you can have a look over there. Thank you.